Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Weekly Wednesday. Today is October 20, let me look because I don't know, 1st. No clue. I guess that's what happens when you live in a COVID bubble, huh? So today is the 21st, and it is, so beginning in the first Wednesday of October, through all the Wednesdays till December, it's 12 Wednesdays before Christmas. So we are going to do two really cute Christmas cards today. And one of them actually, I kind of made it where you don't necessarily have to make it a Christmas, but it's using a Christmas stamp set. So that's what we're doing. So we are going to be using the Poinsettia Petals. Super excited about this. And then the Poinsettia dies. I will be very honest. This was not my favorite stamp set when I first got it. It just was not on the top of my list. But it slowly became on top of my list. In fact, one of my fellow stamping sisters Peggy made some really cute cards with that, and she kind of put it up on my list for me. So thanks, Peggy. So anyway, we are going to go ahead and we are going to make two cards. One is going to be this gorgeous, inspired by the cards that Peggy did, actually. Not exactly the same, but just definitely for sure inspired. She inspired me to do this. So here is one of the cards, and it actually flips up like this. Okay, so we're going to show you how to do that. And then the other one, this one just says warm wishes from our home to yours. So really, this could be anything. And the colors that I chose could be for anything. I mean, this could just be if you're moving or the neighbors moved in and you wanted to give them a little welcome basket. It could be anything. So I'm going to switch us down and we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay. All right, so we are going to make these two gorgeous cards here. And let's go ahead and let's start with this one first. This is the poinsettia one that has the, for sure, Christmas. And we're going to get started with that. And I'm actually going to show you, because we're going to, I'm going to show you a few things with the dies, as you can see over here. So what I did was, if you have some washi tape lying around, which if you are a paper crafter, I'm sure you have multiple washi tapes lying around. But when you run this through your cut and emboss machine, you have your one piece here, and then you place this piece inside. And what that does is that actually gives you the impression, the embossing of the leaves, like the vines on the leaves or the veins or whatever you want to call it. So what I do to kind of hold it in place is I put them in there like together, and then I just slap a piece of washi tape on there. Same with the leaves. I do that for the leaves too. So I have all of these, the leaves, and then we have our little spriggy things that are going to be in the silver foil paper. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside and let's go straight into this card. All right, so this card here measures at, and that's a great question because I don't even remember. I think it's 5.5 by 6.5. Yep, so there's 6.5. 5.5. So you're going to cut your cardstock down to 5.5 by 6.5. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to score it at 2.25. Okay. So that is what's going to create this flap that goes down. Now I did use the Whisper White Thick cardstock. So I want to use my bone folder to make sure that I get that down. Excuse me. The other few things that we have here is we have two pieces of silver silver foil paper. They happen to be the same size, which is a 2 by 5.25, because that's going to be our next layer on top of our card right here. Okay, so we're going to put that there. Then the next one would be a 1 3/4 by 5. So this is by 5 1/4. This would be by 5. And as you can see, I ran it through an embossing folder. And the embossing folder that I ran it through was the greenery embossing folders, which these are so cute if you haven't used these yet. They technically, they're smaller than what our normal embossing folders are, because these ones are going to be able to fit in our new mini embossing machine, cut embossing machine. Currently that is not available for anyone to purchase just yet. It is in the annual catalog to look at, but these would be what would go through that. So I am super excited for that little mini machine, but currently it is not available, but the regular cut and emboss machine is. Okay. So I've gone ahead and I've already ran that through our cut and emboss machine, because I thought today with you guys, I would go ahead and I would run through the poinsettias, the leaves, and then the little sprig things. So we'll go ahead and we'll use that because I wanted to show you how I put together those and hold those framelits. So let's go ahead and let's just put our silver foil paper on our card. We're just going to center that into the top flap. Okay. And then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do the same thing with this Whisper White that's embossed. And I'm doing these flat. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to flatten that because I am going to use embossing. Or why do I keep saying embossing? I don't know what is going on, you guys. I am going to use our dimensionals for popping up the little poinsettia. All right, so we have Merry Christmas here that we're going to stamp, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp that in our cherry cobbler. This is my third video today, so maybe that's why I keep messing up. Who knows? Ooh, voila, look at that. Perfect. All right, and then I don't know if you guys noticed these gorgeous, I mean gorgeous gems. These are our beaded pearls, and 18 of them come in here, but they are very, very pretty. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to show this up a little bit higher. Look at how pretty that is. Can you guys see that? I don't even know if I'm holding that. There we go. Look at those. Just gorgeous. All right, so we're going to go ahead. This is the first time I'm recording this with a new app, so hopefully all goes well and this turns out. Otherwise, I probably will be doing it again. But so here is our cut and emboss machine, and I have my, on the first platform plate, plate 1, it'll tell you what you need. So we're going to use dies. So we need plate 1, plate 2, which here's plate 2. And then we need both of our plate 3s. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get out. I'm going to try to see if I can run as many things through this as possible. So let's see if we can run all of it through. And let's put our poinsettias on here where we can run them all through. We have our leaf and our other leaf. And there's the poinsettia. The only thing I won't be able to do is I only have one of these little sprigs, and I need 2 of them for the card, so I will have to rerun that through. But we'll go ahead and we'll do this. We'll place our plate over top here. We're just going to run it through. And then we'll drop them on the floor because that just seems like a smart thing to do. All right, so here are our pretty poinsettias. All right, so we're going to set those aside. And then we have our pretty leaves. We're going to set those aside. And then I have one of these sprigs. Let's roll that back. And I'm going to use my poker tool to get this sprig out here. So I have one of those. So now we just have to run it through one more time because we need 2 of them. Okay. And then we should be able to get this plate out of the way. Let's see here. And there we go. All right, you guys. So I'm going to move this out of our way. I'm going to pick up my die before I kick it under my desk and then it's lost forever and I don't know it's there. And then I'll be sad because I'll be missing a die from my dies. All right, so let's go ahead and work on this card here. So now we are going to need our little, we're going to need one of these little beautiful gems. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get out my, first of all, I'm going to get out my mini glue dots because I want to put these 3 flowers together, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the smallest one and I'm just going to put a mini glue dot in the center here. And I'm going to attach it to this one, but I'm going to angle the leaves off a little bit because I want them in the open areas, okay? And then I'm just going to repeat that process only with the mini or the medium. I'm actually, oops, let's get that little, there we go. And then I want to do the same thing because I want to make sure that it's off like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of here. And I'm going to do kind of a cluster of 3 because I don't want it to come off, okay? So I'm going to place that first. And I want this to overhang, but I don't want any of these dimensionals to overhang because if those dimensionals overhang, then it's going to shut our card. So I'm just going to kind of place it right about there because then I know that, see how the flower overhangs on the card, but we're not shutting the card. So then I'm going to take, let's take and do the leaves next. And I'm just going to put a dimensional on each one here, kind of closer to the end. And I'm going to tuck this kind of under like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And we're just going to kind of tuck them a little bit. There we go. Now with the sprigs, I'm not going to use a dimensional. I am going to use a mini glue dot because I'm just going to tuck them under there too and then kind of press down. Although I do want it to be on the paper because if I put this in an envelope, it'll bend. So I don't want that. So let's put it that way. All right, and let's do another mini glue dot here. I keep looking over. Let's see here. There we go. Tuck that under. Now this doesn't matter if it goes over because it's still within the card. All right. So now we want to take one of these gorgeous, gorgeous little pearl beaded embellishments, and we want to put a mini glue dot on that and then stick it right in the center. And voila, you have a very pretty Merry Christmas card. This card really isn't that hard. It's just a few die cuttings. So maybe you pick a day and you do your die cutting in one day, and then another day you do some of your cutting, and then another day you do in your embossing. However your system works for you. All right, so let's set that aside, and then let's go ahead and do the other one. This one I used the there is designer series paper called Poinsettia Place, and it is gorgeous. I mean, it's not all flowers on the sides. Some of it is acorns, some of it's just trees, some of it is just pretty. It is pretty paper, and I have used it for a lot of different things, and you will see going forward now until Christmas me using it on a lot of different things. But today we went ahead and we just did this side with the paper. So since I just cut out the little sprigs with you guys, I went ahead and I cut these ones out so that ahead of time, so we didn't need to do that. And then I also pre-cut a scallop circle from our layering circle dies. And then I have 2 pieces of cardstock here, or 2 pieces of cardstock here, and then our designer series. So this card here measures at 5.5 by 8.5, and we score it at 4 1/4. Now I want a whisper white piece of cardstock inside there, so if I want to stamp something again, I could. Or if I just want to write, I can write right on the white. This piece here measures at 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to place that in the center right there, okay? Now, I'm not going to keep my card this way this time. We're going to turn it this way because both these cards are turned like this. Now, this is our second piece of cardstock. This is our soft suede, and that measures at 4 1/4 by 3.5. And then we'll have this designer series paper that is did I say 4 1/4? Sorry, 450. Sorry, so 4.5 by 3.5, not 50. And then 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Here is one of the colors or the patterns on the back of this. See, this is cute too, and I love it. I've used this quite a few times now. But today we're going to go ahead and use the flower side. So I'm just going to place this flat on my soft suede piece. But when I do my soft suede onto my card, I'm going to pop it up. So we will go ahead and we will pop this up and get our dimensionals on there. And put one in the middle. We do not want a saggy middle. All right. If you guys are watching this on my Facebook or on my YouTube channel, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I hope you enjoy the cards today. If you are not a current subscriber of my YouTube channel, I would love for you just to hit the subscribe button and the like button and like and subscribe to me. That would be great. If you are watching it from my Facebook page, Amanda's Inspiration Station, that would be great too. You can always go and like or subscribe. Like that page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Or if you're watching this from my blog, which is amandasinspirationstation.com, again, it will take you to all these different outlets that I have. But I just appreciate you watching, so thank you. All right, so I just got out my garden green, and we're going to stamp Warm Wishes from Our House to Yours. This stamp is from the Poinsettia stamp set, and I'm just going to stamp it right in the center, okay, just like that. Now, the little rhinestones that are on here, which you might not be able to see up until you're up close, they're actually the champagne rhinestones. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of put a bigger one over here up on the corner. And then next to the big one, I'm going to do a small one. And then I'm going to take like a medium size one and just kind of place that over there. There we go. And I am going to use dimensionals again to pop this up. All right. And I'm just going to place this kind of in the lower corner here. And then I'm going to use mini glue dots again just to put one on here and then tuck it under. So I definitely want to tuck that under. There we go. Oh no, I just ripped my thing. I pulled a little too hard. Oh, well, this is not my day, I guess. My goodness. You know what? No fear. Look at that. I fixed it. We don't need that stem. It was going to be covered anyway. Right? Right. All right. Okay, so here are our two cards today, which is from the Poinsettia Petals stamp set. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that down here with this bundle. So if you would like to have me to cut, it's kind of like a little mini class. So if you would like the pieces for both of these cards, you would get enough pieces to make 2 of this card and enough pieces to make 2 of this card. I would just ask that you go to amandasinspirationstation.com. You will put in a $35 order using the hostess code listed below under the link here. And then I will mail these to you along with a colored copy PDF with the supplies and the measurements. And they would be completely free for placing an order with me. So you guys, if you have any questions ever, please reach out to me. And again, if you like this video, I do have weekly Wednesday videos. I also do Facebook Lives on Monday mornings, Coffee and a Card at 9 a.m. And that is on Amanda's Inspiration Station Facebook page. I'd love for you to subscribe to that, because then that way you can see those videos. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Okay? Bye.